So, as you guys probably wouldn't be able to know, considering all I talk about really is old Japanese cars, but I don't mind a good Audi. And this new car the Rockstar brought in on the latest update is actually not that bad. And it's got a few tuning parts and liveries, which is kind of odd for a car like this. And so I figured it's not the usual content that we'd normally check out when it comes to cars, but as it's a new car in the new update, I figured why not? Let's check out the new Drafter. Let's just park her right down here, crash her up. Let's just fix that. And so here we have it. Here we have the Obey Drafter. And actually, I tell you what, this interior is very nice looking. It sort of looks almost like supercar-esque. Well, not supercar-esque. Well, actually, yeah, supercar-esque. You know, like an R8 or something like that. Very similar stuff, although, well, I guess it's a modern car. Most modern cars are just autos these days, aren't they? Well, this does have some tuning parts. We're not going to go crazy on this one. I just want to see what we got. And there are some liveries. We'll check them out a bit later on. So we have, on the spoilers, quite a few options here. We have this stock. By the way, I actually quite like the back of this. It's just quite a nice shape. It's what drew me to this car to even start this video. But let's see how the spoilers change it. We have the small lip spoiler, which actually, I like it. It's not too bad. Then we have the big one. This is where it's starting to get a bit crazy. Why anyone would do this to this sort of car, I don't know, but it's there. Then we have that in carbon. Then we have the tuner, which is not that bad. It's definitely not very modern looking. These ones are definitely very strange on this car. It just doesn't suit it at all. We also have this spoiler, which is nothing fits. This is the crazy thing about this car. None of these fit. Maybe the GT spoiler. The GT spoiler is just wide enough that it looks like it works. The other ones are just a little bit too lost on there. So I'm actually going to attempt to make a car that makes that GT spoiler look right. Let's see if that's possible. So on the front bumper, we have the options of the stock. We have the carbon splitter down there. Then we have the much bigger street splitter. Then we have the racing splitter in carbon with these going there. That does look kind of cool. I quite like it. Then on the rear bumper, we're going to have a big diffuser coming. We've got, okay, not a big one, just a small diffuser. So we have the stock, which is actually already a carbon diffuser. So we're just making it painted. Or, oh no, there is a bigger one. Or that one in carbon. Well, it is bigger, so I guess we'll go for that one. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why we are pretty much like suspended in time, because you can see by the vapors, my camera mod doesn't work properly in the new update, so I'm sort of stuck with this one. So on the skirts, we have the carbon skirts, we have the street skirts, and then we have the sport skirts. Now those carbon skirts are basically just the stock one with carbon. Don't like the look of that one. I do quite like the look of those little skirts though. They look quite nice. We'll go for that. Then on the exhaust, we have the options of these. Then we have the oval versions. We have the titaniums. We have the titanium tuners. We have the twin carbons. We have the race exhausts. And then we have these big bore titanium ones. I guess these race ones actually suit it quite well because they've got all the carbon fiber. Looks quite expensive. Yeah, that one's that's going to go. Then on the chassis, we have the stock. We have the roof rack. We have the vortex generators, or we have those generators in carbon. Let's just go for those. Then on the grille, we have the options of the stock, which I really like. I like this mesh look, but we also have this in chrome. I do not like how that looks. That's kind of weird looking. And to be honest, I actually think it should have looked like that stock, and then we could have chosen to get rid of it, because I think that is an improvement over that. I'm sure you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We do also have the carbon version of that original grille. Then we have the performance grille, which is like a combo. Then we have the sports grille. That does make it look like a DTM style racer, which was what I was sort of hoping for when we had this spoiler at the back here. So I think I'm going to go for that. This is sort of like a street modern DTM sort of look. Then we have the hood. So we have the carbon, which, by the way, this in carbon looks very weird because of the way that this bonnet goes around to this line here. So you get like this bit that's like not carbon, and it just looks kind of strange. So, I don't know, full carbon bonnets just don't look as good on these modern cars with these modern weird shapes. Again, I'd love to know what you think in the comment section below on that one. So we have the venteds, which actually do look quite nice. Then we have the scooped, we have the street hood, we have the... Ooh, I like that. I don't know why, but I'm just really feeling this sort of like vent on a bonnet right now. That does look cool. We also have that in carbon, and then we have the tuner one, the race one, and the carbon race. I tell you, I'm going to have to go for that right there. That looks so mean. I like it. Then on the fenders, we have some custom mirrors. Well, they're just carbon. We'll add that. You know, more carbon, not a problem. Then we also have some wind deflectors. These are going to go around the windows here. We can have them in plastic. We can have them in painted. We can have them in carbon. I mean, they do look kind of weird, so I guess if we have them painted, they at least sort of blend in a little bit. But they do look kind of weird, because normally they would go on the window, not on top of the window, right? I mean, like the ones on my car would just attach to the door, which sort of, I guess, yeah, just not the bodywork. Yeah, they would attach to the door, not the actual body. Anyway, then we have on the roof quite a few options of roof scoops. Don't really think that suits this car, but I guess if this is a DTM racer, I guess that sort of makes it work. We also have rear spoilers. We have that one, we have that in carbon, and then we also have a tuner kit or the racing kit. I might as well actually, since we're going to make this into a sort of race car, I guess that does sort of work. So we'll tune it all up and we'll slam it down. What have we got? That's quite a fair amount of drop for a race car. Not bad. We'll also have the turbo, and now let's have a look at what liveries we have before we go around with wheels and paints. So on the livery, we have the options of the 2 white stripes. I actually kind of like that. I don't know why, because really I probably shouldn't, but there's something about this that I just kind of like. I can see the potential here. Then we have the obey stripe. Then we have the obey coverage. This does turn into a racing car quite nicely. These wheels are absolutely dreadful. They're going to have to go in a second. But I think this actually looks quite nice as a race car. Then we have this one. Don't like that one at all. Then we have the urban streets. Not too sure on that one. Racing the edge. I do like that for this car. That does suit it quite nicely. We have the Pro Laps Golf. Then we have the Motor Market Racing. Not too sure on that one. Got lots of stuff happening. Lots of Jackal Racing. Motor Market Vehicle Auction. Then we have the Gutter and Blut. Not too sure on that one. And then we have the Val de Grace, which is very interesting looking. I'm gonna go for the urban. No, it wasn't. It was the Racing the Edge. I just really like that like blue look as like a sort of racing livery. And let's see what sort of colors we can get out of this. What looks good? I think we might just have to go for some neutral colors, because we either go for like a white or we go for like a silver or something like that. Actually, that dark steel does go quite nicely, so I think the stock paint was pretty much good enough. Okay, so we need wheels and we need V-Stancer just to make these wheels look a little bit better. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so wheels like this actually suit it quite nicely, because they do look like sort of like DTM racer wheels. I wonder if that would look all right in blue. Sadly, I can't change the RGB colors for that, so yeah. However, I don't know, the dark colors look all right. Or I might just go for the bright blue, because it is pretty much close enough. Okay, so all I've really done with V-Stancer is I've just made the wheels just poke out just a little bit. I've added the tiniest amount of camber, just purely so I can have them poking near to the edge of the arch here. But nothing too crazy. I mean, it is lowered down, so it does sort of look like it would have that sort of camber. And there we are, done. It's an interesting look. I'm sort of not entirely sold on the color of the wheels. This was supposed to look like a race car. It does just kind of look like a street car that's just been sort of souped up, to be honest. So I'm going to go the complete opposite direction with this quick second build here. I just want to see what it would look like if I just went for a proper street build, nothing trying to make like a race car. I will say that I did like the rear at the beginning, but I've sort of finished this off preferring the front. I think that front actually does look really, really nice. But I don't know, I'm sort of unconvinced with the rest of it. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's try one more build. Okay, so I decided to go complete V-dub scene with this one. I mean, we don't often do German cars. I figured we might as well do it like a proper German car modifier would do it. So I went for a sort of brown metally paint looking colour, and then I went for these wheels in cream. Because that's it. That's all I changed. And then I slammed it down and just added ridiculous amounts of camber, because that is the V-dub way. In fact, I could probably actually just cut out some of that front camber, although that might make the wheels glitch. Yeah, these wheels were quite big. There you go. We'll have that sort of like a staggered look. Again, that's quite a V-dub thing. There we go. For those of you that always complain about how the fact that I normally camber the rear a lot and the front not so much, I take that from the Volkswagen scene. That's just what I grew up with, so that's just sort of what I know. That's quite a common thing. Yeah, there we go. It does drive quite well, considering what it looks like, but that's just how it is, I guess. Well, there we go, guys. That is it. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know by rating, commenting, subscribing. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this car. Quite interesting. It's not a bad looking car, I've got to say. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, I want you to say, normally we have a word at the end of each video for those, no, but there's normally a word is just everywhere in this game, but I've ended up finding one where there isn't. Power. Power. Right there. There we go. That is what you have to say if you have watched the entirety of this video. But that is it. If you want to watch me play some Minecraft, I have another channel that I've had for years. I'm just bringing it back again. LexTube. I'm going to be playing some Minecraft and getting into Minecraft a lot lately. There'll be a link for that in the description. But until next time, there's going to be some more DLC stuff, by the way. Plenty of stuff to come on this, because there's plenty of stuff that's been added. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, it will keep you notified. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.